High-speed rail. We had a little bit of high-speed rail just a minute ago. High-speed rail. I went to the high-speed rail meeting in, where was it?
Hart Park.
In Hart Park, you're right. It was at Hart Park. You were there. You were there. Rick Drew was there. Spence was there. Michael Cruz was there. We all were there. And we were waiting to hear the latest and greatest information about high-speed rail. This is a series of meetings. And we were nice compared to the people in Aqua Dulce. All right? But the thing that I was not happy about was that they wanted to give us a presentation. By the way, I videotaped the whole presentation. Maybe I'll put it online. But they didn't want you to be able to ask any questions directly at the podium. They wanted you to go back and put them in writing or go back and have someone transcribe them for you. And it just tells me that they were just trying to. This is the same thing I saw when they were going to put the toll roads on the 5. They did the same thing. And to me, this is a dog and pony show. Says, you know what, guys? We got this thing. We got this high-speed rail. We're going to solve the next century's problems with 18th century technology. And you're just going to get it. But they did kind of chat about the corridor. So here was the one that they talk about with, I think it is. Did I get the right one? No, I didn't. They had one in here where they showed the corridor where the
one on the left is.
the one on the left is this is the alternate corridor, and this is the basically what they're planning to go through today. Remember, initially when this started, the discussion was they were going to come through Santa Clarita, and we were going to have a station in Santa Clarita. And then they figured out how big the footprint of the station would be. And so then that fell by the wayside. And so we've been talking about an alternate path for a very, very long time. And so now they're here again. You know, it's like telling me we got a lot of smart people working on this. They're thinking about whether they can use this other route, which goes straight to Palmdale from downtown LA and from Burbank to Palmdale and Lancaster, and actually is shorter and doesn't tear out any communities, but they'll think about it. So we'll wait and see just how much they're thinking. Other than that, I can only say we're going to wait. I didn't hear anything new in those meetings. So anybody have any comments? Or?
Just that
waiting for the microphone.
Just that the one that directly from Burbank to Palmdale would go underneath the mountains in the national forest.
Yeah. Sure. 200 miles an hour in a tunnel. Yep. Okay, so I don't know what else to say. I just want to report to you that that's what happened and that was there. Billboards. Where are we on billboards since last month? On July the 30th, the county approved putting the billboard thing on the ballot. So we know now that it's on the ballot, and let the games begin. Yesterday, we saw the Signal talk about big bucks in the billboard battle. And the information about who's contributing and how much money is going to be involved is online. You can go look at it. And you can see that this is going to be 2 very large campaigns. And the question is that should we really have aggravated this to create this kind of situation here at Santa Clarita, or would there have been a better way to resolve this issue? And then, like I said, the city posted the billboard arguments on its site. It has both the pro and the con. I haven't gone out there yet. I want to go look at the what's there. And also, what I found was very interesting was that CAB, on the CAB Facebook page, they put copies of letters from Clear Channel to the city council. And so when we've heard some of our city council members saying, no one's ever approached us with any alternative. They were being less than truthful. And so the information's there. Tim Ben's here. Tim Ben's the signature on the opposition item. Did you have anything you want to say, Tim?
Happy to answer questions.
Does anybody have any questions for Tim?
Have you heard anybody going to challenge the city attorney's, not bias, but his opinion, his neutral opinion? For instance, I think it's like 62 billboards versus 40 or 42 coming down. Have you heard of anybody that will challenge that in court?
Now, I've heard that there's a group of citizens that are very unhappy about it, but I don't know if they're going to do a challenge in court or not. So that, if that news comes, it will be news to me. Kind of what happens is, you have to have the money to hire an attorney if you're going to do a legal challenge. And the problem is that most citizen groups don't have it. And so it's kind of left to the billboard companies that kind of funded the referendum. They look at it and think that they're going to weigh the possibility of the city said this, and should we challenge that in court, or should we just challenge that to the people? And what you speak to, the specific item is very disturbing to me. One of a couple, but the biggest one is misleading the people by leaving the argument the same, saying that there are 62 billboard structures. That's simply not true. So the city council, not me, and Councilwoman West, who recused herself because she had a conflict, but the other three council people voted to put it on as 62 structures. We discussed it, but it's not true. It's simply not true. Or, as my mom used to say, it's a lie.
And Mom always knows best.
The reason is because we spent $1.3 million of your tax money to buy all of the Edwards boards, and 22 of those boards are inside of the 62. So basically, it's not 62 anymore, it's 40. So I don't know about you, but when I go down to the car lot and I buy the car, we agree on a price, and then I find out that there's 35% less. The car's not going to come with tires or an engine. I would say I'd like to renegotiate the price of that car, but that's not what's happening here. We're going to pay the same deal. We're going to get the same deal, a lousy deal, in my opinion, but we're going to get 35% less with the billboard thing, and it just doesn't make any sense. This is my opposition to it, and yes, I signed in the opposition, and I've gotten some flack for that, but, I really don't care about the flack that's coming from people that didn't elect me. So, really what my job is to take care of the people and get the best deal for them. And this is not the best deal. It's never been the best deal. It came fully formed, you remember, it came out. The lobbyists negotiated it. Our prior city manager negotiated it. Our prior director of development, none of these people are there anymore. They're the ones that did it. They negotiated that with a lobbyist that worked with All Vision. It's going to take a huge cut off the top. The loser in it is the people. Okay? We're the losers. It's a terrible deal. I would never do this in the private sector where I came from. I would never allow that to happen to my nonprofit organization that I run, like a small business, otherwise we wouldn't survive. So you got to do it the right deal for the people, and that deal was not done, and that's why I'm continuing to fight it. Okay, I guess I'm being a politician and going on.
There you go. Never give a politician a microphone. I mean,
Isn't one of the properties considered open space?
it was.
Yeah. One of the properties was considered open space for the billboard in Canyon Country, the most objectionable site of the three, and one of the biggest reasons is because
spent the money to actually buy that whole piece of property. A lot of it was riverbed, right along the edge. So at that time, that's when they said this is going to be open space. So it was zoned open space. And then we decided, we as the council, the majority of the council decided to rezone it so that they could have it as commercial, so they could put that billboard there. Just a little tiny.
Yeah. Okay, we're running out of time, but I made a commitment today that based upon the signatories that are on the ballot statements, that I will arrange a time where we'll invite them both to come debate, and so I'm going to bring that to the board, Canyon Country Advisory Committee board, at the next meeting, and ask them if we can use one half of the October meeting where we're going to have the sheriffs here. We have the sheriffs here, and then we have a billboard debate. And if that doesn't work out, we'll figure out where we can have a special meeting for anybody that wants to come and hear the signatories of those issues debate these two issues. Be good. Be fun.